everyone, I'm Prachi from Phir Nachle, and I'm super excited to bring to you today a tutorial on our choreography to the song Chhor Denge. If you haven't already, go ahead and watch the video in the description below, and if you have, thank you so much for your love on that piece. This song is a little bit different than the ones that we've taught in the past because it falls more into a folk or classical genre. So the steps that we used in our choreography also fall into the folk or classical genre. Today, I'll try to explain those steps as simply as possible, but let us know in the comments below if in future you'd like us to do more detailed videos talking about folk or classical dance, and if you'd like to see us dance more to songs like that. Let's get started. Okay, just a reminder that if you need to, feel free to stop or pause and slow down the video and rewind as many times as you need to, because the steps are a little bit complicated and it will take some repetitions in order to get it done. First step that we're going to do is starting facing the back, and we're going to turn and bring our bodies to the front. As we're doing that, we will do this motion. So what's happening here, my hands are flat, my fingers are far apart, and I'm bringing my fingers in one at a time. As I do that, I'm twisting my wrist and pulling down. So all of this is happening in the turn from back to front, so it looks like this. Now from here, I'm going to just flatten my hand out so that my palm is facing the left, and now I'm going to push my arm in a circle, just a small circle around your torso. As I'm doing this though, I'm also going to shift my body with it to add a little bit more dramatic motion to the move. Now from here, my left hand is also going to come up, and now both my hands will move in a small circle. It's really only a rotation of the wrists. I'm not moving too dramatically, and they're moving so that my palms are facing the front. Once they come out of this circle, only my pinkies are going to touch here so that it looks like this. Alright, so together, that looks like this. Now from here, I'm going to turn to face the left side. As I'm doing this, what are my hands doing? So I've got two thumbs up, and my knuckles are going to push together, push out, as if I'm showing that something is breaking. So facing the left, I'm going to push my knuckles together, and now I'm going to pull both my arms down really fast and shift my weight to the left to look down, like this. Let's put those together, and I'm going to count 5, 6, 7, and on 8, we're going to start with the first move. Remember, we're starting facing the back. Okay? 5, 6, 7, turn, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now from here, I'm going to drag my right leg back so it's behind my left, and now both my arms are going to come up overhead and cross. Okay, so I just did this, and now I'm going to go cross, open, cross, open. My arms are coming down as I do the cross, open. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm going to clasp my hands together like this, leaving my thumb out. So now my thumb is going to trace the outline of my lip, and I'm going to look down and up. Now, after this, I'm going to leave my left arm to the side, and I'm going to take my right hand and look as though I'm pulling something towards me, and my gaze will follow what my hands are doing. So I'll go 1, and then 2. In 2, I'm just pointing back out with my index finger, and my eyes are following it again. Okay? Now, after this, I'm just going to let my right hand up, and I'm going to twist my wrist. So I just let my right arm float up and twist my wrist, and now as my right hand goes clockwise, my body is also going to move with it in a spin. Okay? So together, what that looks like from here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the first set of lyrics is over, and we're going to hear a little stretch of music again. And now in this stretch of music, we're going to do some steps that are adapted from Kathak, so they have a classical feel to them, but we've tried to tone them down and make them a little bit simpler so that they fit better within this dance. So we just ended with this spin, and now what we're going to do is bring our right hand to the back, and our left hand is going to stay here at center, at chest level. Now with this right arm extended, we'll take 2 spins, 1, 2, and now after this, I'm going to bring my arms crossed and like with my right arm laying on top of my left arm. And as I do that, I'll just step and crouch with my right leg in front of my left. So this is 1. And now in 2, I'm going to get up. And as I get up, my arms will slowly uncross and go in opposite directions. So there's a nice curve of the arms that we're getting here, with my right arm going up and my left arm going down. Now from here, my left arm will come back to center and my right arm will come down and point to the right side. From here, now my right arm comes back in and I'm going to do this wrist twisting step with my left arm and take a spin. Now the next is a sequence of 3 steps. So right now both my arms at the center, and what I'm going to do for the first step is take my right hand to the back again, 1, and now in 2, I'll bring my right hand back, and now I'm going to flip so that my left hand has the palm facing up, and I'm going to slowly trace a curve up to the front. This is 2. And now in 3, I'm going to bring my left hand down, and my right hand is going to flip so that my palm is facing up, and it will also slowly trace a curve up, but my right arm will cross my body as I do this. Alright, so we have 1, 2, and now in 3, as the right arm is tracing a curve, we're just going to sink down so that you're sitting with your right knee down and your weight on your left leg. From here, we get up using the same wrist twisting step with our right arm. So we were here, and now we're going to get up and spin. Now here, instead of having my right hand come down all the way, after my twist, I'm going to bring it down only part of the way and have it rest here at my face level. So my palm is facing outwards and my pinky finger is just at the corner of my mouth. So that's the position that your hand should be in here. So now that we're here, we're going to take 1 step forward with your right leg, bend a little bit, and then 1 step up with your left. And now from here, just take a second to look away, look back, and now we're going to do a motion as if you're brushing your hair off your shoulder. So your hand will be flat and your palm comes around, and with that you spin and finish the move. So let's do this full section of the classical moves. We'll start with this right hand twist to lead us into it. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we've reached the second set of lyrics. So on the first word of the second set of lyrics, we're going to jump up like that. So what's going on in this movement? My left hand has the back of my hand facing the front, and now my right hand is going to come and cross. My wrists are on top of each other, but with my right palm facing the front. And then all I'm going to do is twist. So the only difference is that this motion is now happening up here, and I'm going to jump with it. Now when my hands come down, they're going to come down and go straight out to the side. This is my right side. My right arm is fully extended. My left arm is extended a little bit less, and it's coming across my body. So now I'm going to do this pulling motion with both my arms and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now my left hand is going to start with the palm facing down, but after that it's going to alternate between facing down and up. So it'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4. As I'm doing this, I'm going to slowly rotate and go from facing the side to facing the front. And the rest of my body during this motion is just going to be doing something that we call dipping, which is basically going back and back like this. My weight is shifting to the back and my hip is going down. So it's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that I'm facing the front, I'm going to continue this motion here, 1, 2, twice. But my hands are going to do something different. So from here, I'm going to bring my hands over here. It looks like I'm making the number 2 with my fingers, but my fingers are close together. And I'm going to do that same hair brushing motion. So 1, 2. Now I'm going to face the front, take a step forward. So with my right leg, take a step forward and touch my fingers together. Now I'll flip my fingers as I take a step forward with my left. And now again, I flip my fingers and I'm going to take them slightly apart, 1, and then further apart, 2. So what that looks like together is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now from here, my hands are going to make the number 4, so it's as if I'm showing 4, but with the backs of my hands to the front, and they're going to slowly come together and interlock. As I'm doing that, I'm going to be doing the same hip dipping step with my left hip. So it'll look like 1, 2. Now that my fingers are interlocked, I'm going to turn them up and just do a small circle. So this is 3, and now for 4, I'm going to push my hands out to the front, so they'll roll down my leg, push up. Now from here, I'm going to bring my left hand down and my right fist to my forehead, and just turn and do a circle. So this is 1, 2, and then switch hands, 3, 4. Let's do that whole sequence on the lyrics together. I'll say 5, 6, 7, and then we'll start. Ready? 5, 6, 7, jump, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we come to the next set of lyrics, which starts with Hasne na denge. So for this, my left hand is going to be back at my waist, and my right hand is going to be in a thumbs up again. And now what I'm going to do is just move my right hand along the curve of my lower lip and switch and do it again. As I'm doing this, I'm going to be taking a step forward each time. And to sort of make this movement stand out a little bit more, you can add a little bit of a head movement to it too. So it looks like 1, 2, and now that we're here, I'm going to extend my right leg and bring my right thumb back up. Now I'm going to pull, but only so far as to take it to my chest. So 1, now 2, I'm going to push so that my palm becomes flat. 2, and now 3, I'm going to bring my hand into a fist and pull it back. And with that pull back, my head will move too. So together it looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now from here, I'm going to move and do this hip dipping motion again twice. As I'm doing that, my left hand will stay on my hip, but my right hand is going to come up and it'll look as if I'm wiping off a tear and pushing it to the side. So this is 1, 2, and now 3, 4. I'm just going to shift my body weight onto my left leg and then push my right hip up. So what are my hands doing during this? I just finished here. I'm going to bring my right hand down and bring it in a full circle over my head and then push my hip. Now my right hand will come down, and with that my weight will start to shift back over to my right side. As I'm doing this, my left hand is pushing my hair again, my palm facing the ceiling, going around and extending out like this. Now that we're here, I'm going to take my right hand and I'm just going to have my fingers walk across my arm to meet my other palm, and then I'll pull my arms back and spin. Now that we're here, I'm going to interlace my fingers again like this. I'm going to push once to the left, then the right, and then I'm going to push up. As I'm pushing up, I'm stepping out with my right foot, so I'm pushing against the left corner. And now I'll take a step back so that my left foot comes behind my right, and with that my interlaced fingers will also come down. Let's put that whole section together, starting with Hasne na denge. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that we're here, I'm going to remain facing the same direction, but I'm just going to take my leg out so that my left leg is in front, and now both my arms will come around to face the front. The index fingers of both my hands are up, and I'm just going to move them away from each other as if I'm saying no. As I do that, I'm going to also just move my hip up twice. Now from here, I'm going to come back to neutral position with my hands stacked on top of each other. From here, I'll lift them apart, 1, and for 2, I'm going to push my right arm across my left arm. And as I'm doing that, I'll bring my left leg out also, here. So together that looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Now from here, my right hand will go to my hip, my left hand will also be in a fist, but it'll stay up my head, and now I'm just going to move my hip down a couple of times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As you're moving your hip, you're almost pushing your leg out to add a little bit more energy to that step. Now from here, we're going to move back. So I'm going to step back with my right leg. And as I'm doing that, both my hands will come with my fingers wide spread and come to the base of my neck and back. So together, that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now from here, I'm going to do that same twisting motion that we talked about earlier, but I'll fully extend my hands to the front, and then I'm going to turn to the right side and do it again. Now that I'm fully facing the right side, I'm going to go to the next step. So for this step, I'm doing a motion with my hands almost as if I'm holding something in my hands and digging them into me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As I'm doing that, I'm going to rotate to face the left. So it'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that I'm here, my arms are going to move out and around in a circle to meet here. As I do that, it's almost as if I'm pushing my body weight out like this, and my left leg will come out as well. Okay, so we started over here, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, push. And now here, the music is going to swell and hold for a minute. So in that, we're going to bring our arms up like this. So your right arm is in front and slightly lower than your left arm. Your fingers are widespread like this. And you're just going to pop your left leg a little bit and sink down. Look up. So let's do this whole section together once, starting from here. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and pause. Now we were frozen here for a second, and once the music picks up again, we'll start moving again as well. So, going back here, the first thing we're going to do is extend our arms out like this. So it's as if you're pushing something on both sides of your arms. As you do that, you're going to step out with your right leg. So if you notice, my left leg is on its heel, my right hip is protruding out, and I'm pushing with my arms like this. This is 1. And now 2, you're going to do the exact same thing, but facing the back like this. Okay. From here, I'm going to turn around and show you just the legs first. So I'm going to keep my arms at my back and show you what the legs will do. Now, I'm just twisting like this. So my left leg is bent, my right leg is on its toe, and I've twisted around to face the front. Now, I'll show you with the arms. I was here. I'm going to bring my arms together and push them up like this. So all that's happening is that I'm holding the finger of my left hand with my right hand and pushing up. Now I just untwist myself to get out of this position and come back to the front. From here, I'm going to extend my right hand out, and I'm going to put my left hand on top of it and pull and step back. So my left hand will drag across my right arm, and then I'll spin. Now after I spin, I'm going to come out here into this position. So what are my hands doing here? I take my index and middle finger and bring them to my thumbs like this, and my remaining 2 fingers are still out. So this is the mudra that we're doing here. So we start with our arms crossed and our fingers facing outside, and then we just flip them so that the fingers are facing each other. So together this looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now from here, we're going to repeat the steps that we had done in the first part, which means we're going to pull and look down, point and look back up, and then bring our right arm up and twist and turn. So let's put all of that together into this section. Okay, we ended over here, we froze for a second, and now we'll come out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let us know in the comments what you thought, whether you'd like to see more, or how we can improve our teaching. As always, if you enjoy our dancing and if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you do end up following this tutorial and putting together a video of your own, please tag us and share it with us. We would love to see all of you dancing. Thank you.